So, welcome future officers. I am sure you all will be doing very well. And today we'll be decoding the situation reaction test, as I promised you that in this series of my psychological tests I'll be covering each and every test in detail. But before that, the homework which I gave you, that have you asked yourself that do you have it in you? And with me, I'm sure that you all can very well do it. So let's move on. But before that, do like, share, subscribe, and comment on this channel, because this can save the lot of money of the aspirants like you, because I am covering this all in my series of YouTube videos for the free. So let's move on, gentlemen. Okay, so first of all, I'd just like to brief upon the situation reaction test of the SSB. So, future officers, this is not a test but the problems of your life. In the course of my videos, you'll realize that these are the problems of everyone's life, and once you solve the 60 or 100 or SRTs with me, you will realize that every day you come across one or the other situation which we discuss during the series of these psychological tests and the situation reaction test. So that's why I said this is the problems of your life and not a test. So, future officers, the tip for SRT is keep yourself in that situation and the answer will come out. Because for the SRT, nothing is wrong or right, it's only the workable or not workable, and for every situation there can be a different reaction for every individuals. So that is why it's a problems of life, it's not a test. But more very important thing is that the actions must be complete. As an officer, you cannot let a task midway, hence the action must be complete for a particular situation. Okay, now the next very important thing is that you will be getting the 60 situations and you will be getting the 30 minutes. But the question is, for one situation, how much time do you have? Do you have the 30 seconds? Just think over it and just comment me that do you really have 30 seconds for a situation? Now I will explain you. See, every situation is of at least 10 to 12 words. So as many seconds for you, and if the fast reader is that, so 8 to 10 seconds is gone. Now, to think over of a particular situation or to align you mentally for a particular situation, just say the very smart individual will take 2 seconds. So how much time have gone? Almost 10 to 12 seconds have gone without writing anything. So how much time you have? You have just 15 to 18 seconds, depend on the speed of the individuals. So gentlemen and future officers, you have to write the sentences not more than 14-15 words roughly, and that is very that is sufficient to complete to a particular situation, and you must handle it accordingly in that time frame. So now let's move on. Now just we'll discuss some of the situations and I'll tell you that how should you go about it. Now in a group discussion, no one is listening him, he will. Now we are looking for it. This is not a situation of a group discussion. This is a situation wherein we are trying to find out, the SSB is trying to find out that whether you are dominant in a group. Some individual will write that I will speak louder, and then he is gone because the psychology tells that he will be a dominating person. You don't require the dominating persons in the armed forces. So what could be the answer? That he will listen to the others, first of all, give his points with more facts and figures. Also take the support of the individuals which are in his opinion, which are favoring his opinion. So that could be your answer. So that, because in a group you have to be along with the group, you have to go along with the group, you have to be with the group, because in armed forces we work in the group. So this is how this situation should be there. Now the second situation is, he was going to the office. In a way, he saw a taxi hit a motorcyclist badly. He will. Now in that, some people will just write, give first aid, take him to hospital. But what I told you, that your actions must be complete. You are going for a particular thing. You are going to the office. So where is that action? Where is that response? So what could be the answer? That first of all, if he saw a taxi, that means he should note down the car number. He should give the first aid to the motorcyclist and take him to hospital. Inform his office that explaining situation, that he will get delayed, and also inform the family of the motorcyclist. Now the third situation is, it's very see it deeply, because lots of people, they mug up the situations and they write there and this is how the SSB catch them. Now see, his scooter got punctured while he was going on a scooter to his uncle's place. He will. Now the most 90% people will write that he will take his scooter to a puncture shop. So now just try and understand, the scooter always have a stepney, whereas the motorcycle does not have. And some people write it vice versa. His scooter, that his motorcycle got punctured while he was going on a scooter. So some people who have mucked up the situation, they will write that he will change the tire with the stepney. So does your motorcycle have a stepney? So that is the question, and that is how you should think the situations deeply. Now the next question is, he was traveling in a train. He found that his suitcase was missing. Now he will. In that situation, number of people will write that he will look for suitcase underneath the seat, ask the others, blah blah blah, all those things they will write. But the most important thing is that we are looking at whether you are learning from your mistakes or not. Your suitcase is missing, that means you have not secured it properly. So have you understood it? Have you understood your mistake, and have you rectified it in the future? So what we are looking for, that whatever actions you will write, that always secure his belongings in future. So that the response we are, because an intelligent man should always learn from his mistakes. Now the last situation which we are going to discuss today is that he was going to some place in a deserted area. Two individuals came across him with knife, asking for ransom. Now there will be, in this situation, there will be a number of response, that give ransom, report matter to police. Some people will write that fight with them, all those things matter. So now the thing which I want to highlight is that this is the situation of your courage. The SSB is looking at whether you have a adequate amount of courage or not. because defense forces or the armed forces, we need courage. You have to fight the enemy. We are selecting you to fight with the enemy, to protect the country, to protect the nation land, and this is where the courage comes into play. So what could be the response of the situation? That first of all we are looking that do we have the courage or not. So first word should be the not give. Hit them at sensitive places and hit them at the sensitive places. Report the matter to the police. So this could be your answer for this particular situation. Now, the way of writing can be different for different individuals, but the idea should be this much, that you should not give. They are the two individuals, and in armed forces there will be a situation where you will be required to fight single-handedly with 2, 3 or 4 and number of individuals. But that time your mental stamina, your mental strength and your courage is going to give you the victory. Remember that how the armed forces fought during the Kargil war. In that inhospitable terrain, it was the utmost courage and dedication toward the country which gave us the victory. So, keeping all things in mind, you must give your responses accordingly. So, that is all for today's video. I hope you would learn something out of it, and do contact us on the number mentioned below and just ask the question every day to yourself that do you have it in you? And with me, I am sure we all can do it. So thanks for watching. Do like, share, comment and subscribe. Thank you so much, future officers.